How's it going, everybody? This is basic formatting, your first assignment for Windows 1. First document assignment, I should say, rather. And what we're going to do is we have the instructions right there. We're going to change the font type to Arial size 12. Highlight the words of effective communication. Use bolds for clear and concise messaging. And insert the symbol C at the end of the paragraph. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go over these things. So without further ado, let's just get right to it. So change the font size to Arial size 12. So in our practice text, here we got right here. We'll go ahead and highlight everything. And we'll see that we have up here at top, we currently have the Calibri body set to 11. So we have our font name right here and our font size here. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to change it to Arial. So we're going to grab that. We're going to scroll down until we find Arial. Where are you? Arial. It's in alphabetical order. There it is, Arial. It doesn't say Arial Black. It doesn't say Arial Narrow. It doesn't say Arial Nova. It simply states Arial. So we're going to go ahead and select Arial. Boom. So there it is. But does it have to be that hard? No, it doesn't. Right? So we're just going to go. I'm going to go ahead and hit Control Z for undo. Okay. And we see what we have here is it goes back to the Calibri body. Another thing I could have done was I could have hit the down caret in the font toolbox, the down caret, hit the letter A. It brings me here to the recently used, but if I didn't, it should bring up all the A's, right? If I start to spell it out, A-R-I-A-L, there it is. Or let's say Times New Roman, Times New Roman. It's going to show me Times New Roman, right? It doesn't necessarily throw it to the top, obviously, but it's in there. So Times New Roman, back to Arial. There it is, recently used. So we're going to highlight everything. Arial, there it is. Enter. And it's now Times New Roman Arial. Okay. With it still highlighted, because we need to change it to size 12, you can type in 12 right here. Hit enter. Right? So, and still in the font toolbox, we're going to go ahead and Control Z to undo it. You can hit the drop down, select 12. Okay. That's another way of doing it. We're going to go ahead and Control Z. We're going to undo that. And another way of doing this is right here, this A right here with the top caret, right? So there's a down caret and the up caret. Will increase the font size here, or Control Shift right caret, right? That's the shortcut. So as I click this, it goes bigger. If I down click it, it gets smaller. It goes up to the next programmable, right? So 11, 12, you'll see it go to 14. So it skips 13 because the 13 isn't a common size chosen. So if you want 13, you got to go in here. You got to click it and change it to 13. And it'll go down to size 13. So, but in the drop-down menu, you see it's not even an option because they don't typically go that high. So you go from 36 to 48, but if you want somewhere in between, like 40, you're going to have to hand type that in. Okay? So, but for the purpose of this, they wanted a size 12. We're going to make it a size 12, and there you have it. Size 12. All right. So now they want us to highlight the words effective communication. So we're going to find effective communication. There it is. We're going to highlight it. And what they mean is they want the highlightation, right? So here it is. It doesn't say what color to use, so you're free to use what color you want to use, right? There's some autonomy right there. So here's your highlight contrast in your font toolbox. You'll see the highlightation right here, okay? The highlight tool. You can hit the down caret, or you can hit the default yellow, right? And it'll highlight that. Again, let's highlight it again. If you selected lime green, you'll notice that your tool turns to lime green because it's going to guess that everything that you highlight is in lime green. So the quick button now will turn everything green. If you want it to go yellow, you're going to have to highlight it. So that's just one thing to look out for when you're managing this toolkit right there. So now we have effective communication highlighted. We're going to use bold for clear and concise messaging. So Here we find clear and concise messaging. Right here, we're going to highlight it just like we did up there. So highlight clear and concise messaging, and we are going to bold it. So here in your font toolbox, your tool, bold tool, is right there, right? So if you click that, it becomes bold. But let's go ahead and undo it. One other way is Control B. That's your hotkey right there. Control B. That gives you your clear and concise messaging in bold. So that's another option right there. Remembering some shortcuts is going to make you more efficient and working with documents. So when I can, I try to remember to use hotkeys, which would be Control B, right? Shortcuts or hotkeys would make that bold. So we're going to go ahead and make that bold. So we're going to insert now the symbol C at the end of the paragraph. So let's go to the end of the paragraph right here. We got our highlighter or our cursor blinking right here, right? There's where our cursor is at the end of the paragraph. And we're going to look for symbols, okay? You could probably search it, symbols, right? And you're going to find your insert symbol, insert a symbol, and you could look for more symbols until you find the symbol you're looking for, this company symbol. And we find that it's right there. So there's the symbol. You can insert it. You can close. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. But what's the other way of doing it? So let's go ahead and take that out. So that was the quick, search bar up there for inserting a symbol. So here's your insert tab, right? So we just inserted a symbol. So we're going to scroll over to our insert tab. We're going to look at the symbols, has its own toolbox. So we're going to go to the down caret of the symbol, more symbols. There's the C. It might have been up there in recent. See, that it shows these are your recents right here. So it also was right there. But if it's not in those recents, you can come find it here. And there are several symbols to choose from in Microsoft Word. So there's your symbol. That's it. After that is all done, come up to your header, double click it, change the name. Okay, change the name to your name and your student ID. Add your student ID in there too, will you please? So I know that you watched this entire video. No, so I know that it's you. Okay, so go up here, change your name, and then resubmit the document. That's Word for Windows basic formatting.